Get busy in here, get busy in here. Yeah, my squad run deep. Yeah, we really in here. I swear whatever you want, you can get it in here. Comedy or the drama, it's a mixture in here. But you love it in here, yeah, you love it in here. Got reviews up in here, we got stories in here. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell, oh yeah. 3 clicks like the shoes on Dorothy in here.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy BusyBlu, and I am back with my side baby daddy. So whatever there. Is this bedroom candy behind you? What is that behind you?
Oh, this is the debonair underwear line.
Oh, so it's yeah, I'm sure. We're here to recap. I know we're 2 weeks late, y'all. We're gonna recap and review and rant and talk about Real Housewives of Potomac season 6, episode 9 and episode 10. I know y'all missed us last week, but it was very hectic last week. There was a lot of stuff that was going on. There was a lot of stuff that was going on with me at work. It was a lot of stuff that was going on with So Debonair. So we just had to take a break. Shout out to Hamilton. And now we are back. How have you been, So Debonair? What's going on? If you are here, make sure you put your what you like to tell the people to put in.
My champagne glasses. Yes. Don't get messy today, Busy. Do not.
If you want to put,
I was very nice to you on my channel. Do not do this over here.
Your tacky tribe blocked me.
That was like weeks ago.
It doesn't matter.
We've already fixed that.
I'm the grudge master, and I'm still holding on to it.
Okay.
Put your champagne flutes into the chat in support of So Debonair. If anyone from his tacky tribe is in here, put your champagne flutes in here. How have you been?
I've been all over the place, but I'm doing good today.
All over the place? What you mean? What you been traveling?
There's been a lot of stuff going on. I mean, I have stuff going on with my family, the stuff on the internet, and I'm finally at a peace of mind right now. So,
gotta find peace of mind.
Yeah.
Gotta find peace of mind.
How have you been?
I'm great. My mommy's here, so it's always good to see my mother. She's going to annoy me, and I'm going to enjoy it. Work has been crazy. But you know, all things are settling out, and I'm really excited. So it's gonna be busy today, but I said that I would do this with you, so I'm gonna be here to talk about these next 2 episodes. Let's just hope that we can get through this without fighting.
I never really was doing 2 episodes, but hey, you know.
Well, the first one was
I think I seen it at the last minute. I was like, oh, this says 9 and 10.
Okay, well, maybe you should have read it earlier.
Or you could have just told me that we're doing both episodes.
Yeah, you're just retweeting stuff and you don't know what's going on?
I mean, it's you, so I always retweet everything that you do.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That was sweet. I would never do that for you. You look nice today. Do you have an Adidas sponsorship?
It might be in the works. Who knows?
I don't think you do.
We'll see.
Oh, we have some champagne flutes here. So the people are here for you. So let's get into let's just quickly recap what happened in episode 9 when Ashley brought her wide body ass down to that trip to mess up things in Williamsburg. Do you have any thoughts about the last episode before we get into episode 10? Because we didn't get the people our thoughts.
Yes. I didn't. Well, I mean, I guess it kind of all rolls back into episode 10 from what I thought about it. I did appreciate. I did really like me and her mother's conversation. I thought it got to give us a time to get to know her. And I think that was a really hard conversation. I think it was real. And so I definitely appreciated that. I love the scene with Karen with the wedding dresses. And kind of let him
in that warehouse.
Whatever it was, maybe a warehouse on outside, on the inside, it looked beautiful. And so I did appreciate that. I think you're gonna be really surprised me about this week's episode, though.
Why do you think I would be surprised?
We'll talk about it when we get to this week's episode.
Okay.
But I did like I think that Karen and Wendy and who else was there? Was it the Scotland? No.
At what? Karen at what?
When she was trying on the wedding dresses?
Only Karen. Only Wendy and Mia.
Wendy and Mia, okay. Wendy and Mia and Karen. So I thought they looked very beautiful in that moment. I love that whole thing. It also gave me an opportunity to kind of really normalize Karen for a minute, because she's like, if we're going to stick with this whole thing, Ray's dying and Ray's going to be dead, all I want to do is take out the word dead, So I love that about that moment.
Did you?
I did.
What did you love about it?
Because I'm like, okay, so Karen's dumbing it down because we know at some point they're going to have to come to the point where Gizelle and Karen make amends. Because this happens every season. So I was like, okay, so we're finally getting to the point where they make amends. And so when she said, so I was like, okay, so the next episode they're going to make amends, and then that's what happened. So, and then we got to the Robyn's birthday party, and we realized that Wendy and Karen were not invited. Which not. How can you have a party without Karen? Who knows? But
if they didn't wish her happy birthday, so then we're only
so you just don't invite them.
We invite the people who care about the people that we're having a birthday party for. If you didn't even care enough to wish me a happy birthday, thank you. To wish me a happy birthday, why would you be invited to the party?
Is that your Beyonce fan? Is that your Beyonce fan?
Will you see my hair blowing in the wind?
The fan's not on yet.
You don't know that?
I'll see you plugging it up.
But go ahead.
So I thought that, I thought it was really immature because I feel like once Gizelle sent the invitations out, I don't know if Robyn would not have not invited them if Gizelle wasn't the person planning the party. But I did think this was the very first episode that I've ever seen. I thought Gizelle looked really cute.
On episode 9.
Yes, I thought she looked really cute at the birthday party. Especially when they showed her walking in, like it just looked amazing to me. I was like, okay, Gizelle, somebody gave you some really nice styling going on here. I love this. Okay. I think Ascala looked amazing. I think everybody looked amazing. I was tired of seeing Robyn's braids though.
Well, women normally have braids for a long time.
When they go on vacation, when they want to get them wet, but I've never seen them wear them this long. We've been watching those braids for like 5 episodes now. So
yeah, and I feel like throughout a summertime, or a period, women normally have braids.
I don't know a lot of women who do that.
Time. Really?
I think if they're going swimming, like yes, I can see that. They're going on vacation, I can see that. If there was a style to them, I could see it, but there was no style to those braids. So I was really like, okay, how many times are we going to see these braids now, Robyn? Yeah.
Well, I'm shocked about that. Normally, I'm from the north, and normally when it gets hot outside, that's normally when I see a lot of women have their braids for the summer. I don't normally see braids throughout like the winter and stuff like that. I think it's because the heat and humidity can keep like a relax or whatever as calm as whatever. But normally throughout the summer, I see women, if they're not cutting their hair all the way off, they have braids throughout the whole summer. They'll put some cornrows in their hair and they'll keep them for at least a month and a half. So I'm shocked that you're like, oh, I've never seen.
Maybe because I'm from the Midwest. I'm from the Midwest. So if we're going on vacation, we're like, there's going to be water and beaches. Like, yes, I see that. If there's a style, if there's a style of the braid, I can see them after vacation. They're normally gone.
It has to be a style.
Normally, there's like a style that you want to keep that style. Okay. To me, braids have always been like a protective style for women's hair. Even when me having very long hair growing up, I've always had braids as a protective style. So I've never really seen it as like, oh, I'm just gonna wear these braids for like 12 months.
It's been 12 months. I felt like it's only been 3 weeks.
I feel like that. I mean, we've been here for a few episodes, but these braids have been going on for a very long time.
Yeah, but for 2 of the episodes, they were still in the same place, and it had only been 1 day. So
we're on the 3rd episode, and they're out.
Just saying. Okay, TJ and Tony said Robyn Dixon needs to be replaced. I'm sick of looking at her nonsense of style. She's the least exciting to watch. And I'm about to start tweeting Bravo to replace her. Don't she live in the same area as you, Tony? Whatever that ghetto area is. Don't y'all live in the same area? And y'all shout out to TJ and Tony. And make sure y'all go subscribe. Tony's one of my close friends. But don't y'all live in the same area? That's right, Busy. If you can't wish me a happy birthday, then you don't need to come to my party. Why are you coming to my party if you don't even care enough to say happy birthday? But I'm supposed to invite you to my dinner? Girl, no.
She didn't invite anybody though.
I think her close friend would know who's supposed to be there, who's not supposed to be there.
I think she should determine.
They also had a conversation at the dinner where Robyn was like, "No, we ain't there yet." So I don't think Robyn felt like, no, why didn't you invite them? Because I feel like she would have said that. When Candace was like, some people are missing, Robyn was like, no, we're not. We're at a place where I don't think these hoes should be here.
Well, I just feel like it was odd that everybody else was like, well, where are they? And then the only person who thought they shouldn't be there was Gizelle. And then, well, of course, Robyn's going to go along with it, but, you know.
Maybe not.
We'll never know.
Say, yes, BusyBlu. That's true. Every summer, I sport my braids. They said
was that the summertime?
Those braids were dustier than her and Ron's relationship. What's a dusty relationship look like? Now I'm intrigued.
Why not?
I love your synopsis. I definitely don't agree with it. I loved the conversation that she was having about the life coach. I tell you all the time. I know she said she don't remember Carter's name, but Carter's the only son that she be with all the time. So, you know, every time
I did love that too.
She's always with her son, regularly. Excuse me.
Well, they probably had a cute part, like his name is Carter, while she was talking to him.
I don't think that's what was going on. And I love that the Gizelle and Robyn reasonably shady podcast segment. And they talked about cheating. The statistics. I would love to know where she got her statistics from. If they cheated once, then there's a 350% chance that they'll cheat again. I can't see a actual professional using 350%. So I would love to know where the article came from and who did the study, because it's only 100% and no reputable anyone would say.
She kind of told you. She kind of told you.
What did she say?
She said, "I have my own statistics." So
yeah,
it probably just came from her.
I have my own statistics in relation to the statistics that I read.
Yeah, but I think that she was just combining them together.
Oh, okay. Then we had Chris and Candace. You think so?
Yeah.
Somebody said it was 3.5. She read that wrong. Gail, I'm done. So, we had the Chris and Candace argument that was really hard to watch. It's a toss-up for me, because if you're gonna take this role as like my manager, it was a toss-up. Like, I understand where Chris is coming from. It was like, girl, I got my own job and stuff. It's stuff to do. You know, I'm doing YouTube videos making cakes. Like, you can't tell me not to sit here and do my job and then just do your music video. I got everything handled. Understand that. So it was very hard for me to watch. And I'm still in between on how I feel about things, especially with Gizelle commenting that he must be eating off of you. And it's like, no, he's not, girl. He got his own job, and I'm trying to make him eat off of me. I'm trying to get him to stop his job. I'm trying to get him to focus only on me, but he's not. Do
you think that a man would be okay with that? This married to a woman?
There's men who do it all the time. I think that marriages fail, and there's a lot of problems that happen because of it. But marriage, people do it all the time.
But I think that they downplay Chris so much that he doesn't want it to look like that. I feel like, you know, he is trying to do his thing. Of course, whatever he was doing, I guess, it stopped during COVID. Mm-hmm. And so, like, he's still trying to do his own thing. But, you know, while that was going on, he's trying to help out Candace. But, I mean, she should have to realize that, I mean, he still has to work. I just don't think that I like the conversation at the dinner table. I feel like she really put him down really bad. And I just would never want to do that to my partner. I didn't feel like that was healthy at all. And then I guess hearing Mama Dorothy say things you say, I feel like some of that is viewed from that.
I can understand that. I mean, I feel like it was a conversation that couples have, and, you know, they're supposed to open up their life. So,
do you think couples have that conversation? Because every couple's not an entrepreneur.
Every couple's not an entrepreneur, but they go through issues with balancing professionalism. When someone gets a raise, or someone has to be relocated, or someone loses their job, and they have to make less pay, it's just like, girl, like, I need your help, or I don't need your help, or you need to step in, or you need to step up, or I think they have those conversations all the time. But I was just sitting at the table, and I got in a fight with Tay debate. He walked off, and I'm thinking to myself, why am I paying the bill? I don't got
But
no money.
I think when both people in the relationship are entrepreneurs, it's a little bit different. Because we both have business goals that we need to meet. So I definitely understood Chris on this. Because it's like, you know, I'm sitting here and I heard what he said. He was like, you know, when I didn't have anyone, you were there. But now that we're both doing stuff, like I still have to do my things and you have to do your things. And I feel like she should have had a little bit more respect for that, because again, her mother is really attacking a husband that you're like, no, like he's off you. Gizelle's asking that. There's a lot of pressure on him with him helping her.
And I don't think that that she's looking at that right now. I think that we definitely see some resolve next episode. But in this one, I feel like she had her selfish needs.
And that was right.
I'm not saying it was right or wrong. We all I think we all go through those times where it's like, it's about me. And I don't care what you're going through. It's about me. From there, we have Karen in a warehouse. I definitely wish I had that picture of Gizelle's home from you, because that's where it looked like Karen was getting her dress from, and also where she was getting married. What type of venue is this where she's also getting a selective dress, and this is also where she's having the what is this one-stop shop wedding place? Like, I just don't understand it.
The inside of that warehouse was beautiful.
Okay, but you talk, if the inside of Gizelle's house was immaculate, you don't
care about that. About it.
You only talk about the exterior.
The inside of Gizelle's house doesn't look like the inside of that warehouse either. So
yeah, and that
you can't compare the two.
Okay, in the comments, have y'all ever been to a one-stop shop place? Where is Karen getting
It's COVID, because it's COVID going on.
What does that mean? What does it have to do with anything?
So some people are probably combining their business with stuff like this, because
what we're saying is that's a business. Everything is in there. You get your wedding cake, your wedding dress, and the venue at the same time.
Maybe, who knows? But I mean, the inside definitely covers the outside.
Okay,
that's what I do know. Okay. Gizelle's house cannot compare to the inside of that venue.
So you would select that venue because you're like, the people will show up and be like, oh, this is going to be an amazing wedding.
I mean, if me and my partner were the first time getting married, or we're doing our vows,
you don't have to slip over your word. It's okay. Just, yes or no.
If we were, and I like what the inside looked like, what matters is what me and my partner want. That's it.
Somebody say, yes, the wedding warehouse all that has all in the back. That's what it looks. It looks like you can go to the wedding, get your oil change, drop off your car, and just go to the wedding. And then by the time you get out of the wedding, you'll be able to get your car.
But the thing is that she doesn't live in the auto. She doesn't live in the auto shop.
Rotated your tires, did an oil change. They would have put some fluid in your windshield. You would have been all good. You would have had some antifreeze.
So the inside doesn't matter.
I don't. To me, no. And y'all can put it in the comments.
I mean, Candy from Housewives of Atlanta, they talked about the outside of that, but it looked beautiful on the inside. So,
yeah, and that's her. She had a whole tiger.
It's Karen.
That's cute.
That's Karen.
Cute. But for me, I am going for aesthetics, and I want it to be beautiful all the way around. I want people to be able to pull up and be like, oh my gosh, like, this is so nice. And then get inside and be like, oh, even more beautiful. I don't want the people to be like, oh, are we sure we had to call her, see if this is where we're supposed to be at? Call Busy, see if we at the right place. Because we had somebody, this don't look like the right place. Call and see if this is where we're supposed to be. People would just not show up. Call and see if we're supposed to be at this warehouse. I don't know. We right by the Krispy Kreme. Is this where we're supposed to be? Next door it says glass. Yeah, they said this. Is this where we're supposed to be at? It says wood shop and cutlery. Is this where we're supposed to be at? Okay, like I'm just saying. But she was there. She had a one-stop shop wedding venue. You get your dress, your cake, and then you can also have the wedding there all at the same time.
During COVID, that's very responsible.
Barely. Having a wedding during the pandemic is irresponsible. But that's
they all went
these face shields on, and you're gonna have these face shields on. I didn't say whether they all went to one or not. It's irresponsible, and I want to let all y'all.
And they flew to the one they went to,
and that was irresponsible too. I think Cynthia was very irresponsible.
But they all went.
I don't think Candace.
So why would they not go to Karen's?
Candace did not go to that.
We don't know if Karen.
And I don't think Robyn went to that wedding.
We don't know
Gizelle
who
did. I know Gizelle did. I think Karen did.
We know.
But
they're like the main people from the show. So I mean, if they didn't invite the B-list people from the show, I mean, that's not.
So only the irresponsible people win. Karen and Gizelle.
I think the A-list people win because they wanted them to be there because they actually make relations with them.
Irresponsible. Somebody said it was a Lou and themselves. So moving forward, so Karen did say, and I thought that this was childish of her, and she's grasping for straws, in my opinion. I heard what you said about that was really big of her and you liked it. I think she's grasping for straws. This whole wishing death upon Ray thing, girl, you have no case. So now you're just trying to move it down to death. What you need to do is just let it go. Like, I don't need to apologize for nothing. Let it go. First of all, that was 7 years ago, and now you're just trying. Well, soon, if the resolve didn't happen in the next episode, I think during that episode she would say, "Well, can you at least apologize for saying Ray? You know, then I'll let it go." She was going to hold on to whatever thing she could hold on to.
I feel like you're getting into the next episode too soon because if that's the case, then why would her daughters be upset about the fact they already know their dad is cheating? I mean, we've heard them say this already. So, I mean, they're both being childish.
I don't think Gizelle said that.
Giselle said
that she knew.
Lying bucket eater, something like that.
On like the very, she said she knew.
The kids said out of their mouth that they didn't want him because of what she's done to her. They said out of their mouths.
In the past. Yes.
So you think, and they thought it was going to be different? They told her they didn't want him to date her again.
Yeah, but if I'm a parent and I
those
know
kids
that
are very, those kids know what's going on. They say it out of their mouth.
Whether or not they know what's going on, it's me as a parent. It's my job to protect them from whatever is going on. With if I know that they love their father, if I know that they love their father and they don't want me to date him again because of what happened in the past, I think that the next time that he does something that's not becoming or is going to hurt my daughter's heart, I would not tell them that. And now we're
watching on national television.
Yeah, and that's what the problem is. And this is what I'm saying the problem is. My friend is now opening up that stuff that I was trying to hide from my children. I don't think every parent tells their kids, your daddy cheated on me.
But
if they stay married for a long time.
Every parent doesn't, but Gizelle does.
We don't. Maybe Gizelle didn't do it this time. And
they already knew. They already knew before. Okay, I want to be realistic.
I am being realistic.
I understand what you're saying, but what I also realize is that those daughters were not down for them dating again. Her father was not down for that. So you think that the whole family is oblivious when she brings it back around, like, oh, maybe it'll work this time.
Yes, maybe it could work this time.
Okay. Well, let's go on what you said then.
Yeah, maybe it could work this time.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not gonna tell my mama business. I could see some child looking at their parent and being like, "Oh, you gonna do this again?"
But her kids never gave that off.
They did say that we don't want you to do this again.
Yes. So if they already know that, then you doing it again because they already know how you felt about it. You said it on national television, and then you're actually doing it again. It doesn't seem like logical to as a child. They seem more mature. Then maybe this will work this time. I guess we'll wait to this episode, but you could tell that they know that this wasn't going to work.
Yeah, but I don't think that the daughters are automatically saying he's cheating right now.
They said they don't want her to date him again.
They did
out of their mouths last season.
They said they don't want her to. Those are two separate things. I think you're jumping the gun. You can say
this was last season.
No, I'm saying you can say to someone, I don't think that this is a good idea without automatically knowing that they're cheating right now. If someone cheated on you, and
if my mother went through what Gizelle went through,
yes,
I would never want her to date my dad again. I wouldn't.
Yes, you would. And then you'll be vocal about that.
And then when it does happen again, then I would be like, well, this is what. But it also causes more problems for the children because now it seems like, because what if they are they're dating someone they're young, it doesn't work out then, right? And then, but they get older, they mature. There's opportunity, but now they will never do that because Gizelle has shown them that they can't do that.
I think we're arguing two different points, but I hear what
we are because I feel like you're on Team Gizelle, like fighting this fight.
I'm not on Team Gizelle. I'm on Team Realism. I think
that's where I'm at.
Barely. I'm seeing Gizelle's point too. If I was I've been in a situation where my mother was in a relationship and she was cheated on, but she took the person back, and I was like, okay, this isn't a good idea. But I'm the kid, and I was very vocal about this is not a good idea. If that person cheated on her again, I didn't know.
As the kid, how do you feel?
Right now, it's not my business. It's not my business.
These are my parents, and I already knew my mom should never.
It wasn't my parents. It was only one.
They've always been the same. They've always been the same parents.
Only one was my parent.
No, well, I'm talking
about my situation. I'm talking about my situation. And I said that I did not like that my mom was going to date this person again. I did not like it. I didn't think it was a smart idea. But my mom wanted to do it. If that person had cheated again, I didn't know about it. Like, my mom did not sit here and say, it happened again. You were right. I should not have done that. My mom let me know the first time. This is what was happening. This is what went on. But this is the person that I care about. This person I want to be with. And I gave my feelings. But I'm also a kid. And I ain't run no bills. I ain't do nothing. I didn't want it to happen. But this is what happened. And I think the next time, I'm not going to say it did or didn't happen. But we didn't talk about that. She never told me about it. She never communicated with me about it. Because one, it's not my business.
But do we know that though?
Two, do we know what?
Are we still talking about you?
Yeah, we're talking about my situation.
Oh, okay.
And I'm using that in the situation of Gizelle probably said, look, I'm going back to because I've gone through a similar situation, I'm going back to your father. And us having a conversation as kids with my mom, like, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, it's not smart. But then after that, they still continue to have the relationship. And it doesn't work. And now they're not together again. But I wouldn't have known. I didn't know, just like I feel like the kids wouldn't have known. Is it because he cheated? Like, why are y'all not together? And it's not my business. I'm the kid. It's not my business why y'all did not choose to do it again. It could have been, look, it's COVID. We too far away. We can't see each other. Y'all keep being kids and do y'all business. Love your daddy and keep going. We don't know if that was what it was. But Monique in that tacky binder and Karen said, oh no, cheating, here it is on television. Where
that's not what Karen did. That's not what Karen did. That's not what Karen did.
Protect my children.
That's not what Karen did.
I'm trying to protect my children, and I didn't. Please, every second that Karen gets, he was running her up and down. He was cheating with. She's sad. She's depressed. He was cheating on her. She never wanted.
That was actually last season.
She keeps doing it.
And this is before Monique brought the binder.
She keeps doing it.
No, she has not done it this season at all. She doesn't.
She keeps doing it. She just did it again in this episode.
But we're not on this episode yet, so we're still in episode 9.
So let's go to the next thing.
But wait, give me a minute, because she did not do it yet. She did not do it yet. She left it where it was at because Gizelle brought it up many times. It was never brought up. She said they kept replaying the episode where she said, "Is what your father said the truth?" It wasn't. Is it the truth of what the blogs are saying? It's what your father said the truth. So you have to give her respect on them, because it wasn't like she was like making it up or reading rumors on her. This is what her father said. Right. We also watched her daughter say that they didn't think this was a good idea. So in all of this stuff,
the daughter's not thinking about it being a good idea. Is separate from what actually then came out.
We're talking listen, Busy. We're talking about after Monique read the binder. I'm talking about before the binder came out.
Yeah, that doesn't make it true. Before the binder came out does not make what her daughter
said true. The binder came out, the father and the children said it wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, being a good idea and it actually happening are two separate things.
But none of them liked it. So then when Karen says it,
you don't have to like it, and then for you to create propaganda.
It affects her daughter's and her father's personal life, so it does matter.
I hear you.
This is outside of Karen. It affects their lives. So it does matter. It matters more then than it did when Karen said anything. So when Karen brought it to her at the reunion, she's asking, your family is saying this. Is it true? I think that she had a right to ask that, because if they're saying this, girl, we know there's a fake beef between Karen and Gizelle every season. Mm-hmm. But I feel like behind closed doors, they're really good friends, because every season there's this fake beef and they become friends again.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that Karen didn't ask a wrong question, because when she did ask it, she didn't say what the blog said or I heard on the street. She said, "Is it true what your father said?"
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was a very valid question.
Okay. Look, I'm not denying your questioning and your mindset. I'm saying that I don't think that it correlates with the situation.
This season,
none of it.
Well, before this season, no one said anything but the father and the kids. I mean, Karen asked questions. Robyn asked questions. Her best friend asked questions.
The whole season asked all of those questions. They talked about Karen talked about him living in her phone. Never.
Yes.
It's not. It's.
And Gizelle said that he lived in the phone.
We minimize. No, Gizelle called him because she was upset that he kept talking about.
No, remember she said he does live in the phone on this season, this new season. She said that. So what she said was right. Like, it's not like she was wrong.
We're talking about the last season.
But she knew that he lived in the phone because she would never repeat the new season. It wasn't real. Even Robyn said it. Candace said it. Everybody said it. He lived in the phone. They never seen him.
We're gonna move
Robyn
forward.
said if you really love him as a friend, why would you want him not be around us?
I hear you. I think your logic is skewed, but I'm gonna keep it moving. I just do. I think your logic is skewed. To me personally, I felt like Karen has been reaching for all of these other aspects and circumstances, and she doesn't like to take accountability for what she has done in a situation. And I think that it's easier for all seasons. And thank God for Bravo with the recap of when Karen has ever apologized to Gizelle, which they had nothing to show. But they did have something to show for every time Gizelle has apologized to Karen. But people
they apologize to each other every time.
People like to Karen says thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Karen says thank you. She's rude. She's nasty. She doesn't know how to think outside herself. But that's a whole nother thing. And it's one of the other reasons why it's just I don't like Karen because I feel the fakeness from her. But then I also see how she only about self and she tries to make it seem like she's above and think, girl, but she don't even know how to say sorry. And she'll attack and she'll do everything to everybody else and won't even say I'm sorry. But if she wants an apology from people, when at least Gizelle can say, you know what? I'm sorry, I didn't even do that. I was wrong.
Now, what do you feel like she should have apologized for before?
I don't even know.
To Gizelle.
I don't even know where to start. One, she needs to apologize to Gizelle. If she's going to start to bring up how she feels, her husband feels, her kids feel about anything that Gizelle says, then she should have known. She should have known immediately. If I'm going to talk about her relationship, fake or real, then I'm going to have to owe her an apology because she could feel hurt. Because if every time I want an apology, it's about, well, I didn't like that you said that. And it really hurt my feelings and my kids' feelings. And you talked about my husband. And you talked about, well, then, girl, then you should automatically know, using your own logic and mindset, then I can ask for an apology. Because
but give me the times that Karen was supposed to apologize before this time. Give me time.
Every season, she should have apologized for him being in the phone. I'm saying
that wasn't Gizelle's issue. Gizelle didn't have an issue with that.
I'm not saying you're asking me. I'm not talking about you. Didn't ask me what Gizelle should have a problem with. You asked me, right?
But Giselle said he lived in the phone.
You didn't ask me if what Gizelle.
Oh, okay. So this is your personal opinion. Okay,
yes,
got you.
This is what you asked me. This is what you asked for. Okay. And using the logic that Karen uses, and Karen's logic most of the time is, it was hurtful that you said that. It was hurtful that you did that. It was hurtful that you said that. If that's the basic logic that you're going to use, which is what Karen uses majority of the time, then girl, you owe everybody an apology for your bullshit. Okay? If you just said one time, is Jamal coming? Of course not. Then you owe me an apology. Because Karen would have been like, yeah, it was very hurtful to me that you said it's Ray coming. Of course not, because we know that Ray is going through. I'm sorry.
Ray's been there every time.
I'm not saying he has or hasn't. I'm using it.
I just feel like you're like making excuses or whatever, because I feel like the time that you have to apologize.
I think you're asking questions and then you don't want something.
Because I was asking you like, what did Karen need to apologize for, because she really hasn't had to apologize for anything. The first time it was about those taxes, when Gizelle turned around with the words free what's his name, Uncle B and all the other stuff. Why would Karen apologize for that?
What about when Karen invited the ex-wife of the girlfriend that they were trying to break him up with?
Busy. Y'all don't blame this on Karen, Monique, Sharice. Who brought the lady? Who brought her? Because
Monique brought
Sharice
her
definitely admitted that.
Sharice
admitted that was her. Sharice admitted that it was her.
Yeah, but then Karen brought her around too.
Because they're actual friends.
So, I'm dating that man, and I'm coming to your event.
But they're real friends, though. I can get the Monique situation.
So, are you excusing? Are you asking me what I think she should apologize for? Or are you saying? Are you
trying to figure out, like,
what do you think I should? Karen should.
What I'm asking you is this: you're saying that she's apologized a bunch of times, but she needed to because she offended Karen a lot of times.
And I feel like then Gizelle can't be offended, is what I'm hearing from you.
She can be offended, but she has to.
You have to qualify what offends her.
What was she offended by?
Also,
with Karen,
Karen. Making sure I'm understanding this correctly.
Because you went into your story.
No, I'm
everybody else's story. But what did Karen do that offended Gizelle?
Do you get to qualify what Gizelle could be upset by?
No.
But every time I say that this is something that Karen should apologize for, you say, well, maybe it's not her fault.
Well, we know what we know what Karen
qualifying.
We know what Karen was offended by, though.
Could be
what we know what Karen was offended. We know what Karen was offended by. Gizelle's offense was not with Karen. It was with Sharice. It was with the ex-wife. It was with Monique. None of it really had to do with Karen.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to stop here because everything that I said that this is what Karen should apologize for, you made an excuse for it. So you're qualifying what can be offensive.
I'm asking you what Gizelle asked.
And I said several times. I said she could be offended by is Jamal coming? No. And you're saying no, she can't be offended by that.
Because it wasn't because that was her father's question.
Exactly. So it doesn't matter what my statement will be. You're qualifying whether or not she can be.
So you're saying that I just want to clarify this. So you're saying that she should be offended by her asking what her father asked.
I'm saying she can be, yes.
Okay. Do you think that Karen logically will think that would be a thing that she's offended by? I would not be offended.
I don't think that it matters what Karen thinks that she can be offended by. Karen's not Gizelle. And I don't want anybody to tell me what I can be offended by. If I told you I'm offended, you can't say to me, well, I didn't mean that, and your mama asked the same thing. That don't have nothing to do with this. I'm telling you I'm offended by you.
But sometimes people misplace their anger on different situations. At the end of the day, her question was not her personal question. It was, if I'm going to be a friend, just like when she was asking Wendy about the rumors. When they didn't, Ashley and Gizelle didn't make up the rumors. They heard it on a blog. Karen heard that rumor, or heard the facts from the dad. Is this true? So if she's offended by it, okay, I understand that. But the real offense isn't from Karen because she's asking a question. As a friend, I feel like you should be able to ask a question. Now, if you're offended by that and, make it clear, I mean, I shouldn't be able to ask a question, and that's okay. But the original story didn't come from Karen. It came from the father. And it also, even Andy said the children were not okay around him. So if she's understanding this and they are watching this, why is all of the problem coming out on Karen?
I don't think the problem is coming out on Karen, and I think we should start moving forward. But I hear what you're saying. Clearly, we don't agree with it. I feel like a person can be offended by anything that they want to be offended by, and I can't dictate what they are offended by. I can't say, well, your daddy asked the same thing, your mama asked the same thing, your cousin asked the same thing. Why are you mad at me? If I'm offended by you, I'm offended by you. And no one can make me feel like I'm wrong about that. Like, just no one can dictate what I'm mad at. Like, you can't decide that I can't be mad at something. I don't care what your logic around it is. If I'm mad at you for it, I'm mad at you for it. Now, you can feel like, okay, this isn't about me, but I can see that it's starting to become, because now I'm part of whatever the problem is that they naturally have. I can see that.
I would just feel like, as a friend, like, I can't even ask you anything, because if I'm asking something, that's your father. that your father
they're not
said.
Friends, though. They're not friends, and they didn't.
Well, that's what they portray on the show, though.
Karen did not mean it in a nice way. She didn't say, she wasn't.
I didn't say she did.
So then, don't act like you're coming to me as a friend.
But all she said was, well, just let me ask you this. I think it was because she's always in everybody else's business. So can I say this? Is what your father said true? I don't think this was a friendship moment. But I think what it was is this. We've all given our own lives to you. You're all in all of our business. So let me ask you this. Is what your father said true? And I personally feel like she let the children out because the children said the same thing. But is what your father said is it true? Was your mom having babies by other people while y'all together? And that's what I'm saying. I don't think that Karen was really like diving this deep into it. I feel like she was asking questions because they don't get a chance to ask you some questions. And you have taught me some stuff, and that's why I said you're probably gonna be happy when we have to get off this episode because I'm realizing a lot of things about me, and that's okay.
So then we get to Robyn's birthday party.
Okay.
They all sit down. Was it just me or Candace just looking like a who? Or somebody from one of the lollipop kids walking up to the. I'm sorry, Candace girl, but you just look tacky like a lollipop kid walking up to the thing. They sit down. And they're all talking about like what's happening, and Gizelle asks Ashley, well, okay, with that conversation, did you put some hot sauce on it? And she was like, no, girl. And Candace said, absolutely, that hoe did. Absolutely, that hoe did. Oh, you calling me a hoe? Yes, I did. And why do you think that's appropriate? Because I said it. And that's that on that. And that's on that on that. Okay? You brought your wide body ass down to Williamsburg and you tried to stir up some shit. And then we go to episode 10.
Well, I just want to say this. Before all of this stuff, I was really trying my hardest to love Candace. Because everybody's like on Team Candace. I was like, you know what? This season, I'm going to give her a chance. She's been actually doing a really good job. But when it comes to Ashley, she just gets nasty. I don't understand it.
And I do. I feel like it's always been this way. And I feel like what frustrates me about the Potomac non-fandom is that the way she talks to Ashley and the way that she like gives it to Ashley, people brought that to Monique. Like, oh, she got a nasty mouth. Candace has never.
But they didn't like it though.
Candace has never, ever, ever said anything disrespectful to Monique. On the show, she's never, ever, ever, ever has. Never, ever has. She will always have that mouth for Ashley. And I think that she should. Because Ashley likes to throw a rock and hide her hands. And then she want to, motherhood. Oh, this and that, girl. Your mother lived in a tent before you were paying her bills from your husband's money who was groping all these people. And you're married to a predator and a person who keeps touching these black man butts. But we keep them on the show. You're nasty. You're trashy. Okay? But I digress. I'm always going to have smoke for you. Because you're a cancer to this show and to society and to black men on the set. But I digress. She's always trashed Ashley. But everybody feel like she was supposed to be beat up by Monique because of her mouth, which always went to Ashley. Since she's been on this show, she's been trashing Ashley, girl. I thought you was trying to get pregnant while you having a drink. Okay, but when it was a cool when Ashley said,
but you can have a drink while you're trying to get pregnant, though.
Monique was drunk driving into ditches.
But you can have a drink while you're trying to get pregnant.
That was okay. Are we gonna skip over what Ashley said about Monique?
No, I'm saying you can have a drink while you're trying to get pregnant.
You sure can.
And what Ashley
told me that you're not doing it.
What Ashley said was that Monique had more drinks, but then she went back and said that she wasn't saying it like that.
No,
I think that they had more. But I think they had more level ground than her and Candace did.
Ashley said that Monique was mad because she knew she was telling the truth. Okay, she's mad because she got caught. She didn't go. She doubled down and she didn't go back and say that wasn't what I meant. Ashley said that was what I meant.
She said, "Girl, She did say that.
But
I'm agreeing with you.
I'm mad. Monique is just mad that I brought it up. But girl, you probably hit that thing because you was driving in the ditch. And then we went on vacation and here you are drinking again. As we were driving in Nina Colin, you drank that whole bottle of wine. Okay. You've been drunk ever since you was throwing up by the jacuzzi in the pool because you was drunk. Why you drinking so much? It was Ashley who was doing all of that. But Monique didn't beat her up. That was cool for her to do that.
Because she didn't attack her family.
She did it on national television.
She didn't attack her family.
She was crying.
And she was, but she also had a relationship with Ashley. Candace didn't have that. It was a simple conversation between two friends to have. Yes, it might have looked bad on the show, but they had a conversation about it. She did say that.
Moving on. So,
but I'm just saying they had a relationship though.
Candace and Monique had a stronger relationship.
I don't think so.
That's what they said.
Who said that?
Monique and Candace.
But then Candace was attacking her like for 2 seasons.
When did Candace attack Monique?
When the first time that she asked to get dragged, and then the second season she got dragged.
She didn't ask her to get dragged because they were attacking each other. Monique was saying to her, "You need to watch your mouth, and you need to learn how you." Candace didn't attack Monique. Monique attacked her and said, "What you are doing is not appropriate." And every time somebody tries to talk to you, you get upset.
Is that not true? You. Was that not true?
Whether it was true or not, yes. Oh, sorry.
It's true. So, I mean, her mouth has been a problem.
But Candace did not attack.
Her mouth has been a problem.
Somebody, a trash person who's not even on the show anymore.
It doesn't matter. Her mouth has been a problem.
To Ashley.
And to Sharice, to Gizelle, to Robyn. They even said that on the show before. Candace's mouth is a problem.
Okay.
They've all said it.
Okay.
So it ain't like it was like a new thing when it came to her mouth has been a problem.
Okay. So somebody said, okay, no, Monique gave her what she asked for. If that's how y'all feel, y'all simple-minded hoes. When somebody say beat me up, y'all go ahead and beat them up.
I would never tell nobody beat me up.
Y'all gonna catch the right one, and
I would never say that.
Y'all gonna get beat. Y'all gonna get beat up and then put in jail.
Would you ever say to someone?
Huh?
Would you ever say to someone?
Oh, I say it all the time. Hit me. Oh, for people who I feel like they're simple-minded, and because I can take a couple of hits and then you go to jail. Like, that's just my thing. I am not the one who wants to fight, like, physically. Let's argue with our words. And if I feel like you're starting to get that type of person, then go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Do it. Like,
I've never been around people like that.
I don't need to talk, and you haven't been around me.
No, I'm saying that they would fight me. I would never been around people like that.
Do what you think you need to do, and I'm calling the police. Well, let's say this. I don't think that Candace thought that Monique would hit her either. I don't think anybody knows who they're around.
Which is why her mouth was able to be reckless.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You just say, I don't think I'm around people who would hit me. I don't think
Candace
thought she was around.
I'm not.
Well, you're not sure.
I'm not on a reality show. I'm not really friends with the people that's on this show. We all know these are not real friends. So I would never go into a reality show.
I'm not sure about that.
They actually said that. They said we bring people on the show because they asked us to, and we introduce them as friends of the show. Skylar and Robyn are not really friends. When the Basketball Wives bring people on, they're not really friends. So these are not real friends. So you don't know how they act. I would never interject myself in a situation where I don't know what's going to happen. Because I know if I said to my friend, "What you gonna do? Hit me?" I know my friend will not literally hit me. If I know this was a friend who hit me, I would never say that.
I don't think you know that.
I've said it before. I know what happened.
You said you never said that.
I said I would never say this to someone that I know personally.
You said you would never say that
because it's a calming down moment for me. Hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. With my friends that I personally know, I know we will never get into no fight. So if I say, "So we're going to fight," we're not going to fight. I'm like, it's getting too serious.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I don't know what she thought, but I do know that it was very intimidating for me on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
But we on a whole nother season. Let's get back to where we at.
Yeah. Don't run it. Look, I never think that I could cash a check when I say it hit me. And I want everybody to be perfectly careful. I'm saying this on the internet. My check is not about the check that I'm cashing is not about whether or not you'll hit me. The check that I'm cashing is what I'm about to do after you do so.
But you can't instigate a fight though.
I'm not instigating. I'm never the start of you never know what the fight will start. What will start the fight? Because some people, it's like you hit their car and y'all can end up things amicably. Some people you hit their car and they're ready to beat you up. You don't know what's going to start a fight. I could say to someone, "Oh, what Why are you getting so mad with your buddy? You said, look, you about to fight me. And they be like, no,
but
I'm
if
just
everybody
angry.
in your group of friends,
and if it's Monique and she's like, oh, I am. Oh, you said fight. Oh, excuse me, robot mode. And I'm gonna beat you up. You don't know what's going to start a fight. You never
and that makes sense, Busy. But when you're in a group of friends who see this person have volatile actions,
is Monique volatile?
It's different. No, Candace is, because she's throwing knives at people. She's talked very disrespectful to this lady. She doesn't like her.
So who, Monique?
So, yeah, Candace. I mean, Candace has done it with a lot of people in the group.
But to Monique.
I mean, she did that time.
Oh, when she got beat up, when she said, when she was dancing?
No, she did it while she was pregnant.
Oh, okay.
And then she did it the next season after that.
Okay.
So if more than one person has seen it, then I mean, the girl has problems. She needs to get fixed.
Okay.
You can't just hide the fact that she's been throwing knives and yelling and screaming and saying disrespectful stuff to this girl for many seasons. And yes, everybody thinks that Ashley,
but I've seen friends beat up other people and never thought that they would do it to me.
But I'll say this: people think that Ashley deserves it because she's been saying disrespectful stuff, but people have done it to Ashley since she's been on this show, and nobody talks about that. So, I mean, you can watch the tape back if you want to. We were supposed to be doing like a watch back thing, but it just never has happened.
So we get to the table, and then so this episode 10, we get to where we left off with Ashley saying, "Oh, you're body shaming me," and Candace like, "No, girl, you body shame yourself. You know, your body in your forehead." And Ashley said, "Get some new material. It's really old." Da da da.
It is.
And after that, Candace just said, "You know what? I apologize for what I was saying. It was said out of anger."
Did she apologize?
She did. She said, Ashley didn't accept the apology, and then I think she tried to interrupt her with what she was saying. But I think Candace tried to apologize. Ashley was saying, "Look," Candace said, "Look, now Candace, you were body shaming, so you could apologize for the actual body shaming because you did body shame." But Candace was saying that, "Look, I apologize because what I said was
the words I apologize never come out of her mouth."
What did she say?
She said, "I wasn't body shaming you."
She didn't say, "I apologize."
She said, "I wasn't body shaming you."
Let me go back to the episode. I felt like I wrote that down, but maybe I have it wrong. I felt like she said, "I apologize because I wasn't trying to." She said, "I apologize. I wasn't trying to body shame you," but she was.
Maybe I missed it. I don't feel like she said, "I apologize."
That's a major possibility.
I'm not body shaming you. And you know, apologies is big out here.
Y'all put it in the comments. Oh, yeah, some of us do it, some of us don't.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. I move back too fast. Can y'all hear this?
I'm sorry. Just enjoy my martini. Anybody want some wings?
Those wings look really good. I just want to say the wings look really good.
I thought it was before this part.
These all look like vaginas.
No, it was right after this.
Oh.
Ashley, I was not body shaming you. I called you a wide body, whatever, out of anger. Had nothing to do with your body. I just wanted to say that. I have no issues with you being a mom.
So if that's an apology, I mean.
Well, again,
I'm down for it.
Well, she did what you are correct with, because I have no problem saying.
It sounded like one to me, but I'm just saying she didn't have the words. But people don't like that.
Because Ashley got to interrupted her.
Okay.
She did interrupt her when she started saying, like, "Look, Ashley, I didn't mean to body shame you," which Candace, I'm sorry.
Everybody apologizes differently.
You did. No, an apology is an apology. The way that people try
but it sounds differently for everybody who apologizes.
She didn't apologize.
She felt like she didn't apologize. And
she didn't apologize.
I mean, she felt like she apologized, and that's what it was.
She didn't apologize. I don't think, but I also think she didn't get a chance to. I don't think she apologized. I feel like she didn't get a chance to as well. Ashley interrupted her and was like, "Is this how you apologize? Oh, you were body shaming me. You were." It's like, okay, girl, then we can leave it alone. You and your dry hair because Ashley did say to her, "You've never attacked my body before." Mm-hmm. Ashley, she's been talking about your forehead since she stepped up on this show. Just like she's been talking about Mia and her big old feet. Like, don't try to make it seem like, oh, this is a new leap for you. Girl, I've been talking about your forehead and Mia's feet since the beginning of the show. Don't try to make it seem like this is a new development in the case. It's always been here. Okay? So then Mia comes in and she's like, look, well, I'm going to have a goddess party and I want everybody to come. And she also tells Gizelle, I have a message to deliver from you. Karen says she'll accept your apology if you take back, the apology she'll accept from you is you denying or removing the word death when it came to Ray. And I love Giselle's response because I clapped, I stood up. And you tell that, okay, this is my mother. Maybe it's the spirit of her being in the house because she's here this week. You tell her that she'll be dead before she gets an apology. You're grasping for straws, Karen. You're grasping for straws. And I love the fact that Gizelle doubled down on this one. Girl, I did not wish death upon someone. And if this is what we're taking it as, the girl, you'll be dead before you get an apology from me. So say I'm wishing death upon you too.
So this is where I'll say you're probably gonna be surprised at me. I actually ride with that because I feel like that's how she felt. I feel like I saw more of the Virgo in me this week, and I got it. I mean, it's just like I didn't say that, so I'm not about to say sorry for something I didn't say. So
I agree. Because she did not say. Well. She didn't wish death upon them. She didn't
wish death. And I've been saying for a very long time, I thought Karen was reaching. So.
Grasping for all of the straws. And then let's talk about your queen and what she. I want to say I'm shocked, but I'm not. But I'm not. So if that was what I would be shocked about, you ain't get me. Like that one wasn't it.
Yeah. Oh, we got more to go.
So then we get to the Surricane, and shout out to everybody who gave a super chat. Yo, put your B's in the comments. Yo, I don't want to we've been deep and hot into the conversation. So there were 2 people who gave super chats. Put your B's in the comments for all of them. Lala said that the response was trash. They didn't like the response. So and that's okay. You'll be dead before we no, I'm joking. Karen has put sauce on the situation. Too much. Like Lorianne Gibson said, too much.
I just don't think that their fight is real, though. I never thought it was real because every season they do this.
She's reaching. She's just reaching. She's reaching.
I think they're both reaching.
So let's get to. I hear you. We already had the argument. We're not gonna go backwards. So let's get to the Surrey County video that was Surrey County, Virginia video that was filmed in Potomac, Maryland. Can you tell us what you felt about the video that she was filming for her?
Well, she said it was a practice. She said it was a practice run.
Did you see the real video?
Yes. It was. And you didn't like it. We've talked about this off the show.
Yeah, but it was stuff from this thing that was there. So
no, she actually went to Surrey County and made the one that we saw that you put on Twitter. Oh, that was actually from Surrey County. Even Mia said the reason why she didn't practice it was because of COVID on Watch Rabbit Live. So that's why we saw her doing it in Potomac and not in Surrey County.
So you believe her?
I mean, the people from Surrey County came to record it there, so I'm sure they're not going to let her. I mean, they maybe use the little swing set, for the commercial.
So basically what I'm hearing from you is that you believe that everything that she was filming and people drove 2 states away to practice with Karen. So that's like an hour and a half. Surrey County. Oh, no, because that's like they drove an hour and 45 minutes away to go to Potomac to practice from Surrey County, small town.
Well, I think that lady drove to Potomac. Everybody from the whole staff didn't do that.
She
that
said
lady drove there.
The whole film crew was Surrey County.
Okay. I think they said that for the show.
Okay.
But I think that lady drove there because she wanted to give the essence of that, which is why she was asking, you know, this looks like this. She was like, okay, yeah, or whatever. But the real commercial, which Karen posted on her Instagram, was shot in Surrey County.
When the producers asked her, why are you filming this show? I mean, why are you filming in Potomac? Why didn't she say, oh, no, this is just a practice?
She did say that. She
said,
wherever I'm at, I'm sure she did say that. But she also said,
practice.
Go back and watch it.
So she said, this is the practice, Rob.
Go back and watch it.
When they asked her, she said,
I knew you won't come for Karen. That's why I had to watch it multiple times. I'm not coming for
Karen. I'm asking.
No, you always do. So
let me make sure I have it right. So when she's filming this commercial, she said, this is just practice.
She said that on the episode. It was like a little.
I'm going to it. I was going to make sure that I have it right. She said it was just practice. Well, I don't know where it is specifically, and I don't have time to listen to her.
I don't know where that specifically either.
And
when we get off, I'll send it to you.
Yes, please do. So did you know, and I wanted to make sure that you can answer this. Did you know that Peanuts come in a whole? Did you know that Peanuts came covered like that? I just want to know.
I did not know that people come from Peanuts. And I know they come from a Little Hope. I didn't know that. I did not know.
Okay.
I was going to ask you this. Did you know that?
I had no idea. Well, I love boiled peanuts. It's one of my favorite things. I'm from my family's from Florida, and North Carolina, and I love boiled peanuts. One of my favorite things to eat. So I definitely knew that, and I'm mad that she was trying to make it seem like most people don't know, and it's like, girl, like sis, we know, like.
But do you like from them?
Do I what?
Do you
eat peanuts from Surrey County?
And did you know that they came from like a Hope? Did you know that?
Everybody knew that.
Okay.
She wasn't giving no new developments in the case. First of all, the things that she was like, oh, people come to Surrey County for the peanuts. The Trader Joe's.
It wasn't Trader Joe. She fixed it.
Moving on. So then
I just feel like that was nasty when I heard it.
Gizelle, she's talking to her children. Giselle's talking to her children. I thought this was a really good conversation. And basically she's saying, don't have your life depend on a man, and how she wanted to make sure that her children understood, like, look, there's some things that I've been going through, and so that me and your dad were going through. And when you guys start dating, I want you to focus on yourself, and not that your life depends on someone else. Because when her mother and dad divorced, and her mother has so much anger towards her dad, it was like, what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna go? How did you feel about that conversation?
Well, first of all, I was concerned about what was being caca. But then when she had the conversation, I was like, okay, it makes sense. I feel like I don't want her to put her issues off her daughters. And I feel like she was doing that because the one daughter was like, do you want to get married? It's like, no, we're not getting married again. Like, they didn't want it. And so when she started to answer it, I feel like that's where it kind of got a little problematic for me, because I don't feel like every man's going to do their daughter like that. And because she had a bad situation, I don't want her to put that on her kids.
I'm conflicted with your answer because of how you felt about how you felt about her kids would react to her going back to her daddy and everything else. When I said that if she was trying to protect,
that's not what I said.
Go ahead.
That's not what I said. What I said was I don't want her to put her issues off on their dad's issues off on them, because every man's not going to treat them like Jamal treated her.
And I understand that. I'm revisiting what we talked about 20 minutes ago when you were saying, well, her going back to their dad and her kids feeling like this isn't the right thing. Maybe they'll go back to their boyfriends and feel like this is the right thing to do.
I said that?
Yes.
Today?
Rewind the footage, y'all.
I don't remember saying that, but if I did, that's not what I meant.
When you get into the fight about Gizelle, you're like, "Oh no, her kids didn't want her to go back to him." And then what if
they didn't?
If they start seeing her go back, then they'll start doing the same thing.
No, I don't remember saying all that. What I remember was saying,
very vividly.
What I remember saying was this: I feel like they already know what it looks like for their father to date their mother. They already know that because they educate her every time we see them on the show about him, especially last season. So I feel like they already know that. I think that she put in their minds that she feels like men will, if they don't have their own finances, that the man's not going to treat them right. Mm-hmm. And I didn't think that was, I mean, maybe that's true. I don't know, because I'm not a little black girl, so I don't know. But I was like, I don't think every man's going to do that to them. Yes, be cautious about that. I understand that. But I think with her, like, adding on that, you know, the grandmother felt like that. She felt like that. This is something that's going to happen to y'all. I don't want y'all to marry a man because of this, because now, does that make it harder for them to date? And this was a question. This wasn't even like a judgment for me. It was a question. It was like, does it make it harder for them to date? Because what if there is a man who wants to take care of them? Should they not date them?
She's saying make sure you have your own by yourself. And then date for love and not date for money or stability.
Oh, so do you think that she dated for love and stability? I mean, money and stability?
I'm not sure what Gizelle dated for. I think she had her own career and everything else because, you know, she comes from a political family. I think that Jamal definitely helped. But I don't think that she left him and tried to figure out what she was about to do next.
Well, she told him that.
Yeah, so I don't think she did.
No, she told him that she did.
I thought she said that her mom did.
She said that she did too. She said she was trying to figure it out.
Oh, well, then I guess so. Then yeah.
So I got why she was saying it, but I also didn't want her to put that on her daughters too, because every man's not gonna be there to her daughter.
True. Churro. I feel like
I was really trying to really normalize her because, again, like I said, there was a lot that she said this season.
How is this not humanizing her?
Not. I'm saying for me personally, that her kids think that at all. I'm talking about for me. So when she said, I understood what she was saying, because if I had a daughter, I wouldn't want them to get in a relationship with someone that does that either. But also, just every man's not gonna be like that. That's all I was just thinking.
Okay. I thought it was a good conversation. I'm glad she had that one with her kids. So yeah. After that, you got Chris and Candace talking. He's having a drink. It's 3-something in the afternoon. And she is still frustrated about how he's handling everything. And she comes in very passive aggressively. She's like, yes, whatever. The calls are here, sure. What I did love about this conversation, I think that this is how me and my boyfriend talk, and it took a while for us to come to this aspect where I think that a lot of people don't get to, because he's like, look, it's almost like you don't want me to have my other thing, and you don't respect what I'm doing. Right. And she's like, but I never said that, which is what a lot of people in arguments, where they're not trying to be, I guess, emotionally sensitive, they say, I never said that to you. I never said that. I never did that. But that's how you make me feel. Like, you make me feel that way. And once he said that, and I was watching with my mom, and I was like, oh, yes, okay. Somebody who's giving me the feelings that I need, okay. I don't know. It just got my hormones jumping. Because I can not intentionally mean to do something to you and hurt your feelings. And for her husband to be like, because she's like, but I didn't say that. And he's like, well, that's how you make me feel. I was like, give him some Candace tonight. Open up, okay? And she was just like, you know what? I'm sorry. Okay, she even tried to give him a little dab. Do you want to tissue? Because you can. I'm trying to work and do all the things that I need to do for my business, and I'm trying to do everything I need to do for your business. And you're not. I don't think that you're taking into account the fact that I'm helping you, but I also have my own stuff to do. And even though you don't feel as if you're hurting my feelings or you're degrading the stuff that I do, that's what it feels like. And I want you to understand that I'm not feeling equal, or I'm not feeling the same. I don't know if I'm making sense. Yeah, I'll put it in the comments, but this was a really good scene for me to watch.
It makes a lot of sense. I think that when two people are entrepreneurs, it makes even a bigger sense, because where does the balance come in that relationship? You know what I mean? When do you put the other person's, if we're dating and what I got going on is like really accelerating and like yours to stop because of COVID, you know, at what point do I get back to my stuff? You know what I mean? So I understood what Chris was saying. I don't think that Candace was rationalizing with him until this conversation. And I actually really appreciated it, because it's hard to be an entrepreneur and date another one. And you don't know where the balance comes in at, because we can't be each other's full team at this time. Sometimes we do have to build our own personal teams while we're doing our own thing. And it was okay during COVID, but now, you know, it's kind of letting up, and I got to get back to what I got going on. So yes, you know, you got what you got going on right now, but you know, my business is picking back up. So, you know, I set everything up for you, but I got to go work. Right. Please allow me to work, because again, when Gizelle's having conversations and your mother's having conversations like, well, I'm riding your coattail, it looks like that. And you have to let me get back into my own thing. So I felt like I love that moment between them, because I saw they understood, well, she understood what he was saying.
I love that. It was a scene that made me cry. And as my boyfriend said, he is the king of, I didn't say that. He is the king of, he lives on and will die on. I am the king of that. I didn't say that. He is the king of, I didn't say that. But that's how you make me feel. And you can tell that they're going through like therapy or whatever, because for her to understand, like, okay, well, that's how they person feel. Shout out to
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Shout out to Daddy's disappointment. I have nothing to add to the conversation. Just wanted to pop in and tell you to keep shining. We will. I think it's getting dark in here. So hold on. But yeah, we'll keep shining. Appreciate it. Put your B's in the comments for Daddy's disappointment. What were you about to say, Sardab?
I think relationships are hard. You know what I mean? Like there's days that everything is good, especially during that honeymoon phase. Like it's great. When you get down to the bottom of it and you get down to the real part of it, whether one is an entrepreneur and the other one is not, or vice versa, or if you both are, it's hard. And so you always have to kind of have an open mind at some point about what the other person is saying, because sometimes it can't feel like something, but this is not what I'm really saying. And that's when that communication part starts to open up. And I feel like Candace and Chris showed that on this episode. It's like, you know what? I'm hearing you. And so when she told the girls that, I was like, okay, again, even though she had that conversation with Ash at the beginning of this episode, again, I started to like her again, because I'm like, now she's getting it, you know. He just wants to go back and do what he's doing. He still has a business, and he knows that you got going, and as much as he can help, he's going to try to help. But right now, I just can't be there. But I still support you.
Yeah, and I think Forehead just doesn't listen to whatever's going on with other people.
See, I'm trying to have a really great moment in here. You go.
So there's an issue here. So let me know, Wendy. I told myself that I was gonna not dive too deep into this this scene, because it makes me emotional. And everything that happened with it. So if you want to talk about Wendy and Eddie, and then what happened with her children, and talking about, have you ever had the conversation with your parents about like what to do when the police stop you, or how to engage in conversation or action with the police? And you guys put in the comments that you all have.
Yeah, I actually have. I thought this was, so people were asking, was it staged? And I said, you know what, even if it was staged, it was a very great moment for me. Because I feel like it normalized little black boys. That they're actually humans and they have questions about things. So if Wendy told him to say this at this point, kudos to her, because I feel like it was a really great thing, because it normalized little black boys who have questions about their life. I remember being in high school, my cousin was a senior, I was like a freshman. And after his prom, they went to like Magic Mountain. I don't know if y'all have that. I don't know if they have that there. It's like a pop-up place. But we went there, and when we got there, he had a limo, and they pulled us over and said that we were drinking. And I'm like, it was just me and him in the car, so who would even say that? So they like did the breathalyzer. They actually put us in handcuffs while they were doing it. So I thought it was a really great moment, because one, what they said was, it's really hard to have this conversation, and it's sad that you have to like grow your children up before they have to grow up. And for me, it stood out to me because I wasn't really a grown up at this time. I wasn't a senior. My cousin was getting ready to go off to college. I was a freshman.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to think. I never even really kind of heard of it, because we had never had this conversation. And so it made my parents have that conversation with me. And I think that, when the kids were asking the question at the age that they are, it was very important, because as Black men, this could happen at any time. And we got to understand that, we have to try to respect people the way we're supposed to respect them. I think with stories like the Central Park 5, like understanding that, you have rights, and don't say anything until your parents get there. You don't have to, all this stuff makes a lot of sense to me. So that was a very powerful moment for little Black boys and Black men, period.
I agree. I don't think that the conversation was staged. The older son does not like being on camera or like talking on it. And that still showed to be truth and evident. And I think that these were questions that I think these are questions that my nieces, nephews, godchildren have asked when they've had that conversation. My mother definitely did have this conversation with me and my siblings when we were this young, because where I'm from in Rochester, New York, you can get shot and killed by police or stray bullets at a younger age than they were. So we started off young, and I don't think that he asked anything that was out of the realm of a child, and it seemed childlike. Like, why do you think that they think that we're harmful? Like, I don't think that it was outside of the realm of what a child would ask. I think it's hurtful that we do have to have these type of conversations with our children and our youth, and what's going on, and we remove their innocence, and it's frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. So I don't think that it was staged, and I definitely think that it was hard to watch.
I didn't really care if it was or it wasn't. I feel like the moment needed to happen. I didn't even think about it being staged, but I kept seeing that on Twitter. I'm like, I never even thought about that. But I think that at the end of the day, it needed to happen. I think for the world to see it, whoever watches that show, to see that little Black boys are really innocent. They don't know whether to trust you or not. And I think that it's something that we, as Black men, don't even get an opportunity to have a conversation with. Coming from my age range, we never had this conversation, until something happens. Then we're having it. And it gets scary, because I remember being in college, or going to actually college tours back when I was in like my junior year.
Long time ago. Ages. Go ahead.
You done?
I was trying to help the people understand.
It's not that long ago. But I remember white people locking their doors when I'm walking past the car and not understanding that. I remember, in the limo with my cousin, we just going to Magic Mountain. They think I'm drinking. I'm like, I've never had a drink in my life or nothing like that.
Yeah.
So to me, I thought it was really important, because it prepares kids to see this stuff. And maybe there's some parents who don't know how to have the conversation with their children, and they can turn it on and have it, Yeah.
I thought it was a great scene. I teared up. when he said he wants to be like Martin Luther King, and I was like, you could be him, you could be whatever you want to be. I teared up. So it was a really good conversation. Then we have Karen and Forehead. So Forehead was bringing her child.
Are we really calling her Forehead?
We sure are. And she brings her belly, toe, and breast to every event. She gets out, she goes into the store. Then you have Karen there. She's like, look, hey girl, oh, look, so good to see you. Oh, is this the baby? And Karen said, look, I'll buy this new baby whatever he want, because baby it don't like to treat me well. Baby it like to run away every time I come up. Baby it like to scream and cry. So this new baby, I'll buy the new baby whatever he want. Then they talk about what's going on with Forehead and all. Ashley is very pretty. I think foreheads are cute. It's the first thing that walks into the room before Ashley does.
Ashley's new confessional looks very amazing. Let me just say
that. I think that her forehead is cute. Y'all remember she had that bang from her mama, that wig from her mama? She looked like
you remember that bang that Gizelle had? Remember that bang that Gizelle had?
First season, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I can't deny. Y'all think
they all have bad wigs. They've all had bad wigs.
And I'm not.
They've all had bad wigs. They've all had bad wigs.
I mean, I guess. So Karen says that, look, she's not going to apologize to Gizelle, okay? And she hasn't, she won't. Ashley's saying, look, I think what the frustration is that, and I feel this way, unfortunately, I am agreeing with Ashley. People don't want to make it seem like Gizelle's also a human. She also can be hurt by things. Yeah. She also can feel things. Y'all don't get to dictate what she's hurt or feels. Y'all people want to judge it. And Karen, you're being unfair where she has to apologize to you for something, but then when she says she feels some type of way, you don't think you need to apologize. It's unfair. And Ashley's trying to tell Karen, like, girl, she's human too. And I think that she could have felt some type of way about what her friend did to her in the Jamal stuff. And Karen's saying, no, I don't think so. I'm not going to do it. But girl, then you also want an apology for the deaf stuff. We can't both be deciding who owes who an apology. If you want an apology about what happened to you, then why do you think she doesn't? Why she's not owed one as well? What did you think about the scene?
I don't think either one of them needed. Since the beginning of us talking about it, I don't think that either one of them needed an apology. I think this was a storyline for them to have, so Gizelle has something to talk about, because neither one of them needed to apologize for anything that they said.
I mean, I guess. I mean, oh yeah, let's not forget. Karen wanted to be called Diamond. She said she did not want to be called Grandma. She said, "Have you ever heard of something like that?" I heard people say Gigi, Gma, Nana. She said,
"I have definitely heard of this."
Diamond.
My mom didn't want to be called any of that stuff.
And she wants to be called a Magic City stripper.
My nephews called my mother something I would even never repeat, because I don't.
What they call her? Black China? What they call her?
No, nothing bad like this, but this is like
no. Tell us, exclusive. We got an exclusive. Y'all.
I'll tell you off the screen.
Text it to me. Text it to me. I want to know. All right, so while we going from there, we get to.
You better not say this out loud either.
Hold on, I won't.
Okay.
So then we get to Robyn. Robyn's with her life coach. Yeah. I think what I will say with Robyn is that what I do understand from. That's childish. That's childish, and that's too long.
It is too long.
They gotta say that every time. That's mad long.
Every time.
Like, okay,
every time.
Girl, we're just gonna call you grandma. We're just gonna say grandma. We're gonna say grandma. That's too much. That's too much. It's too long. All right. I will say what I did understand about Robyn in this part of the conversation is that she has been extremely supportive of Juan. I'm gonna say this to my own relationships. I feel like I'm supportive of all of my friends and family and partners when they need their support. And I feel like people are very aggressive when it comes to me. Like, no, you need to not do that. You need to get up and you need to. When I have depression, I feel like they act like they don't understand depression. They don't get what it looks like. They're not seeing it. It's not visible. And they want to yell at me, cuss me out, tell me that I'm nasty, get up. But when I see that they're going through something, I'm more sensitive to their needs. Like, no, you could do it. We got this. What help do you need from me? I'm more encouraging. I give my all to them so that they can get where they need to go. And then when it's my turn, they're like, "Oh, get up! No, I'm not doing any stuff. No, what you cooking? What you doing?" And this is like, I need my chance to just be like, "Can I just sit down?" Or I'm not feeling it today. So I did understand her in that realm because I've been there before. I don't say I'm not going through that now, but I have understood what it feels like when you're like, I done gave you all the support in the world. Now that I need support, you like, ho, you need to get up, pay those bills, do the thing. Why is nothing getting done? And it's frustrating.
I think I understood her a lot too, not because people expect me to do it, but because I don't like to give off my own problems to other people. And so I do feel like I expect people to be around for me. Like I give it out to everyone else, but I also have to realize like people be going through stuff while I'm going through stuff too. And I guess at the time I do be wanting to be selfish. Like I need you right now. You know what I'm saying? But I normally I can handle my own stuff. So I've never really needed it. But at the very times I really be needing it, like I just be like, I need for people to just break down and be with me for whatever moment that is, and it just don't be happening. But I also have to realize that again, people have their own lives.
It's hard, and I'm praying for Robyn that she gets through this.
I think that's why I have so much sympathy for her through this situation.
Yeah, I know that Juan's normally at your house, but it's kind of hard for her to like deal with the fact that he's always away. You know. So
sorry to that lady.
So now we get to Mia's goddess dinner. I think the people who look good was Karen, Wendy, Escala, and Candace. Even though she did look like who
you didn't think Robyn did?
Tinkerbell. Robyn came in there looking like she was going to somebody's prom.
Okay. I just wanted to know. Okay. I feel like that. I feel like she didn't understand what was happening. I feel like she tried, but then she didn't understand.
She went down to the swap meet and she said, Robyn came
I'm glad you said this. I'm so glad you said it because I was like, she did look cute, but it was like, it just wasn't for this outing.
She came in with that purple velour outfit. I was like, what is you doing, Robyn? Ashley was like she was going to a graduation. Okay,
I thought she was going to like the flea market.
No, Ashley was like she was going to a graduation. Like she was going to somebody's graduation. Gizelle,
well, she was going with her.
It was meeting up for the same occasion. It wasn't bad for me. And
I like everybody you said. I like Candace. I did like Gizelle. I love Mia. I love Wendy, and I love Escala.
It was like, what was y'all doing here? And then we had to go across rocks. But here come Ashley with that baby. Okay, just doing too much. Now, Candace said that she had her pixie cut wig because she was doing a music video. Ashley, you're not invited. But that's okay because you never are invited to my stuff. But we're getting ready for that. Mia said, okay, we're going to go around the table and we're going to say what we like about each other. Now, at first, the girls was like, I'm not here for it. And you really tried it, Mia. So they started and Ashley was like, look, Candace, I want to say I'm glad that you are going forward with your dreams. And Candace said, I'm glad that you are mom. Okay? Robyn
I feel like Candace gave Ashley a lot more than what Ashley gave her. I will say that.
Robyn said, and you tell me if you felt like this is a read. Okay. Robyn said, Karen, I love how you're really being yourself and being more fun. And Karen said, well, I really learned to laugh at myself.
I got that too. I ain't gonna She's like, basically, Robyn, you're a joke. So when you laugh at you, I laugh at you too.
It's taught me. Y'all, put in the comments that y'all also feel that way. When Karen was like, no, I've learned to laugh at myself because of you. You know, you are the one who actually taught me to laugh at myself. And I was like, that seemed like a read. And she's like, oh, thank you so much. So did anybody else put one or two, yes or no? Did y'all feel like Karen was shading Robyn when she was like, oh, no, I've learned that from you. Your tackiness, your brokenness, you're never getting nervous. I've learned that don't take myself too seriously. It was very weird. And I was like, this is a read.
And Robyn was like, oh, okay, yeah, girl.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, her in that purple dress. She took the compliment. Okay, and went back to her seat. So then you have Karen, and she said, oh wait, and then Wendy said, sorry, not Wendy.
Escala.
Robyn said that, you know, I love the passion that you have for your family. Oh, people saying what? People said, look, they saw it was the read. That people knew it was the read because it was a read for the guys, and I was like, that seemed like she's talking about her, but I don't understand why she's not getting it.
She was just happy for the compliment.
Hold on. Okay. So after that, you had, why is my computer? Hold on, my computer's acting up. What you do? You make me drive back. Okay. So then after that, you had a scholar. Oh wait, so Wendy had a problem with that because Wendy said, how do you support what I have from my family, but you support somebody who doesn't like my family? Which, girl, is very easy to do. I can support the love that you have for someone and then also be like, okay, well, I'm also friends with a person who don't like that. Like it happens. So then you have a scholar said
a little bit, that's all.
She can shut up. A scholar said, Gizelle, I love that you are who you are and caring that you take people under your wing. A scholar.
But it's true though. It's true.
Yeah, a scholar, have you had that tea with Karen? Because we didn't see it. The tea that you've been waiting for. Because you know things have been you've been taking.
They probably had it in the cabin. They probably had it in the cabin.
You got that tea yet, scholar? Y'all think a scholar had that tea with Karen yet that she been talking about? Okay. So after that, you get Gizelle, and she says, okay, well, Karen, we not in a good place, so you know I'm not. Gizelle is a Virgo, okay? And all Virgos are like this. She said, girl, look, and we about to end this soon because my mom said at 8 o'clock, I need to be off. Okay. She don't like y'all like that. She said, I don't like you. So I'm not gonna say nothing good about you. And Wendy, we not in a good space. And when Wendy was like, well, we're not in a good space because I haven't talked to you. She's like, well, I haven't talked to you. Okay, well, Mia said, well, hold on. You weren't there. But you know, Gizelle did say that, you know, she didn't believe that. And she's like, well, okay, well, they made amends. Like, look, I can accept it. We understand it. Gizelle said, look, I take accountability for not bringing it to you first. Like, and I was telling Ashley that I should have done that, and I did not do that. And they kind of settled it, but it seems like in Wendy's confessional, she ain't really over it. She's putting together her binder, her paper clips, and her clear paper holders as well. Gizelle says, but I don't want people to feel like I'm around here destroying families. That's not me. That's Karen. And Candace said, okay, well, hold on. Let me figure this out. Because it seems as if, was it all of the stuff that came out during the reunion, and Karen was one of those hoes, that made you and Jamal break up? And Gizelle said, no, it wasn't that because I already knew. And
this is where I started to relate with Gizelle.
Candace was like, well, why didn't you say anything? And Gizelle was like, well, I already knew my business, but if this hoe gonna act like she gonna read me on the business that I know, I want her to show her true colors. Let her bring out the business that she feel like she know. So they let her go ahead, which I understand, Gizelle. I feel like what's frustrating is the fact that people on this TV show don't like Gizelle. So then they're gonna go with what the other people say. Oh, Gizelle quiet because she know, oh yeah, they ran her down. Monique let her have it with that binder because that's why she's so quiet. And not the fact that Gizelle was like, well, girl, you ain't saying nothing new.
Well, I think that the problem with Gizelle with that is that she pretended that whole season that she didn't know any of this stuff. Mm-hmm. Now, in normal Virgo fashion, what she said is probably very true. She probably did know. But most of the time, I mean, at least Robyn would have known it. And Robyn never said they were all confused. So, and that's supposed to be like her best friend. So I really don't know if I believe what she said, but I do understand that as a Virgo, that's probably very much true. I mean, me and my ex is very good friends. We can go back and forth all the time. So I was like, this makes sense. She already knew. But then I was like, well, then why doesn't Robyn know this? Because she was still sitting at that table last season saying, well, if you're happy, then why wouldn't you? But then she was going in the confessional saying, I don't think it's gonna work. Like she was confused as to what was going on with Gizelle. I don't think that Robyn would have like sideswiped her and told like this ain't real. I don't think that Gizelle thought that. So I don't know if she really did know. But it does sound like something that a Virgo would do. Like, well, we already knew, that's what's going on, and I already knew about it. So I'm teeter-tottering back and forth with Gizelle, but it does sound like something a Virgo would do.
I'm sure. Now I am shocked.
I told you that.
No, I am shocked. You do it. You definitely got to look at it a little different.
If she's being honest, I mean, that's something that's very real. Like we really don't pay too much attention to stuff. Like we know what it is. Everybody don't got to know about it, but my best friend would know though.
I don't think they're best friends, but
well, if they not, I mean, this proved it.
I'm shocked. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you a little differently, just a little bit.
When she said it, I was like, that actually makes sense.
I mean, all my Virgo friends know their baby daddy's business. I don't know all of it, but they be like, look, I already knew.
Okay, it ain't everybody's business to know.
And that they having a baby. Okay, they already know. And now she texting me today. But I already knew this. Go. So, I mean, at the end of the day, because I do have to get off here, Karen apologized finally, and then tried to ask Gizelle to apologize. And Gizelle said, "Look, we could just wipe this. We could just
no." She said I always apologize, and they showed all the time she's apologized.
Because she always has, and she said, "Look."
Even though I don't think that there was times that Karen needed to really apologize during that thing, but that's a whole different story for a different day. I don't think that she needed to apologize, but I do know when people are close to us that we're close to, we don't have a problem apologizing to them. So this is why I feel like that they are close, but not close to that. I need to tell you Jamal's business and my business. So we are very cautious about those type of things. So this is why I was just like, okay, I might start feeling the Gizelle a little bit more now because it makes it realistic to me.
I mean, you just like her, so.
I mean, I've been trying to since I found out she was a damn Virgo. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think you need to try. You are just like her. I tell you that all the time. You are.
Oh, you said I'm just like her.
You are just like her.
You think so?
I know so. I know you. You are just like her. I tell you all the time. You just don't like it.
Maybe that's what it is. Oh, you do say that a lot.
I say it all the time. You are just like Gizelle. You just don't like that you're just like Gizelle. And normally Virgos don't like the way the other Virgos act. They're like, oh my God.
I feel like I share more with you though. As my friend, like I feel like I share a lot with you.
Yeah, but outwardly you act the same way as Gizelle. Y'all both bitches.
I just don't like the everybody else's business thing. That's what I just don't like.
Just like Gizelle.
No. I am not like that at all. I will be private about my business.
Yes, you are.
But I'm unless you're like close to me. But I'm not going to be attacking everybody's. I know why you're saying it. Okay, go ahead. I just thought.
Okay, so yeah, that was the end of this one. We had a lot of fun. It was almost 2 hours. Really
You're so messy.
Oh, thank you. So tell the people where they can find you if they want to get in contact with you, or our next episode will be on his channel. So tell the people, where they can find you and everything else.
You can find me at you can't see it. Okay, can you take that the comment down? Thank you. Y'all can find me right here at So Debonair on everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and on YouTube. I'm So Debonair everywhere. That's Debonair with no O. There's no spaces in it. And you can also find me here every other week when we're doing Potomac reviews.
Yeah.
And SoDebonair.com.
Next week we will be over on his channel. I'm glad. Thank you, So Debonair, for bringing your wide body ass over here so that we can talk.
Are you body shaming me?
I apologize. I wasn't meaning to body. I wasn't meaning to apologize. You guys, put your champagne flutes and your bees in the comments for yourselves. We want to thank everybody who gave a super chat. Put your bees in the comments for everybody who gave a super chat. And thank you for rocking with us. We are 2 weeks behind. This was a very interesting recap, but we got it done. My mommy's here, so I'm gonna spend some time with my mommy. So I'm excited about that. She's gonna complain about everything, and that's what she do. And so we want to make sure that everybody has a great weekend. We will see you guys at another time.
And I'm gonna do the after show at 9:00.
Oh yeah, and if you want to go over to So Debonair's channel where he has 1 million people talking on his screen. So see if you can get in the club. But he has people talking about their thoughts on this last episode. So go to So Debonair's channel and he will be there talking about this episode as well. Thank you so much for So Debonair for coming, and we will see you all later. Bye.